Good morning, everyone. Today is Sunday, October 20th, and today we will go over the estimates for Group D. But before that, I'm actually going to ask you guys a favor because I'm remembering to mention it in the beginning of the video. But if you do like this content, please take a moment to hit the like button, the thumbs up button, whatever you want to call it. It does help the channel. Obviously, if you're driving, wait till you get to your location. And then if you remember, please hit the like button. But yeah, like I said, if you guys like this content, just please hit the like button and YouTube will do its thing from there. So real quick, everyone or sometimes people ask, how do I get the distribution schedule? So if you go to the YieldMax website, you just have to scroll all the way to the bottom, and you see distribution schedules, right? You also see Contact Us. And by the way, when you click Contact Us, that's kind of how you sign up for the email distribution as well. But if you click the distribution schedules, this will pull up, the 2024 distribution schedule. And you can see, all right, coming up this week, we have, Group D, right? Group D, 10/23. That should be on the Wednesday. That's declaration date for Group D. And then ex-dividend date is the 10/24 date. And then on 10/25, that would be payment date. So you see YMAX and YMAG. Again, they're in all of them, but the payment you get for YMAX and YMAG for this week would be from Group C's last week payment. Again, I just want to mention that every time in case people were wondering. But anyway, today's video is about the Group D estimate, so let's get to it. Okay, so here is Group D. Group D has APLY, AMZY, SMCY, AIYY, Misty, SMCY, and YQQQ. So first, let's take a look at APLY. So APLY paid 45 cents last month. This current month, if we look at how they did, they made about 97 cents. They went up 97 cents per share. Their IV is 24%. So, nothing crazy there, but I'll give them a little above the IV. I think they're going to pay around 43 cents, which is actually a decrease from the prior month, but it's still a 28% yield. All right. I mean, APLY, I have to say, as boring as it is, pretty good, man. $18 since inception. If you can get a fund that's been around, APLY has been around, man. They've been around a long time. When did they launch, actually? April 17th, 2023. And they're still holding up pretty damn well. So, as much as no one talks about APLY, APLY has done really well. I mean, a 28% yield. I mean, right now, who knows what it's going to yield, but it's around the mid-20s, I'm sure. But unbelievable, man. All right, let's move on to AMZY. AMZY paid 65 cents last month. They had a pretty good month. They went up $1.38. So, again, how much of that is taxable? How much of that was actually earned? I don't know, but 72 cents, I feel like they'll pay more than last month. 72 cents is a 43% yield. Their IV is 36%. So again, this is a little above what their IV shows. So hopefully, I own AMZY. So I would hope for 72 cents. Disso paid 46 cents last month. How'd they do for the overall? They went up $1.21 up. They're at $16.41, their price, and their IV sits at 37%. But I'm going to give them a little below that with a 35% yield, paying 48 cents. It's an increase from last month, though, so we should be grateful, right? SMCY, they paid $1.27 last month. I'm actually going to give them a raise, right, from last month. I'm going to say $1.31, which comes to an 81% yield, even though their IV is 58%. Because if you look here, man, they went up $2.55. They were on ex-dividend date last month. They were at $16.67, and now they're at $19.22. So they jumped $2.55 since the last ex-dividend date. So looking at the prior month, what they paid, I'm just going to try to go in line with that and go a little above and say $1.31, which is, again, an 81% yield. I could be too aggressive there, but again, you never know. This is probably, though, the last payment of the fiscal year for some of these. So, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe go out with a bang. AIYY. I mean, this one's been real shit, to be honest. They paid 36 cents last month, and I don't even know what to do with them. Their IV is, what, 58%? Let's take a look at how they did for the month. They went up 85 cents. They're at $9.47. You know, they're in reverse split territory, of course. They've been in reverse split territory. So I don't even know I don't even think they should pay. I mean, this thing is like, obviously they have to pay, but their IV is 58%, by the way. I'm not giving them that. I'm giving them a 44% yield, which is a 35-cent payment, kind of in line with the last 2 months. Last 2 months paid 35 and 36 cents. So, I mean, I don't know what you want from AIYY. That thing's been struggling from the beginning. All right, guys. The long-awaited MSTY. Anyway, last 2 months, Misty paid $1.94 and $1.85. Okay? So, what is this month paying? Well, let's go back to my spreadsheet, my Misty spreadsheet. I have a Misty spreadsheet where I track the actual income. They have synthetic income for the month, 180 mil. Short call losses total 35 mil. So net income total is 145 million. If you take that total income per share, that comes to $6.34 per share. Are they going to pay $6.34 per share? No, definitely not. However, what are they going to pay? Well, I'm showing that, so far to date, it looks like to me they paid out a little more than what they made, $2.62 per share worth. So what I did was I took the $2.62, right, and I deducted that essentially from how much the $6 number I just referenced, and then I multiplied that by 90%. 90% being the amount that they have to pay out, right, for the fiscal year. Because again, this is probably the last payment for the fiscal year. So if you take, again, the 634, you deduct out the 262, which I'm showing, again, that's how much they overpaid per share for the fiscal year. I get 335. I'm sorry. Well, I take this and then I deduct the 262. Then I multiply that by 90% and I get $3.35. And that's my number. And that's simply what I'm using. I'm not going to go, I thought about making it like 4 for the hell of it, but man, I don't think they should pay 4, to be honest. And let's look how they did for the month, by the way. They did freaking fantastic because they're on a tear. I mean, now, see, look at that. That makes it even look more ridiculous, right? 1907, from 1907 to 3049, they went up $11.42. Oh, man. See, I shouldn't have scrolled over, so now I want to change it. I do want to boost it up a little, but you have to think, how much do they have to pay out? How much do they have to pay out for the year? This is a tough one, man. This is tough play. Man, because I don't know. You have to think. It's not easy, man. But yeah, 335, that would give you 131% yield. They can afford much more. Should they pay more? Maybe they should. You know what? I can't help it. I got to change my mind. I got to give them more. I feel like, let's go back to the sheet. Let's see what their highest payment is. Their highest payment is $4.12. Are they going to top their highest payment? Are they going to top their highest payment? Are they going to want to one-up their highest payment? I do not know. Let's see how much they made that month. They made $877 that month, and they paid $412, okay, to give you an idea. This month, they made $634. So, yeah, the $3 range still makes sense. But the question is, how much do they have to pay out for the fiscal year? So, anyway, I'm going to give them a little boost on top of the 330. I'm not going to quite give them the 4. I'm going to give them $3.75. How about that? All right. That's the best I could do within reason. So $3.75. What does that come to? That comes to 147% yield. And that's pretty damn good. Again, will they pay $4? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I don't think 5 or 6 is in it, but I really think 3. I think it's 3 something. I don't know 3 what, but I feel like it's 3 something. I could be wrong, of course. Been wrong many times. By the way, their IV is currently sits at 108%. They try to yield what the IV is. So if they yield, by the way, let me check, multiply. Oh my God, I don't have the 13 in there. These have, they don't have 13. Oh my God, I didn't put 13 in any of these. So I'm taking the guesstimate, multiply by 12 and divide. Oh my God. Why did I not do this? There's too many fields in this damn spreadsheet. Yeah, so to get the guesstimate yield, we need to multiply the guesstimate by 13 for 13 payments, and then divide that by the price of the stock. Okay, so... All right, sorry guys, I gotta fix it. Copy. Fix that one. Group B. Obviously, we already went over that. Oh my God. So what's new, guys? All right, boom. Okay. Here we go. Group C. Up, up, up. Dangerous, right? Okay, and then the last one. What are the yields going to look like? Okay. So the yields are going to go up because, this is screwing up my whole guesstimate thing, because there's 13 payments a year now. There's not 12 payments a year, there's 13. So now, you know, my estimates are actually more generous than what I had originally planned, but I'm not going to go back and play around with this. I can't believe I didn't update that freaking formula. Good God. All right. Anyway, so MSTY, based on my estimate, would be 159% yield, which obviously is more than the implied volatility of 108%. But again, man, they made $11.42. They jumped $11.42 per share since the previous ex-dividend date. So this number, whatever they're going to pay, this could be anything. It really could. You know, it could be double what I'm saying. I highly doubt that, but you just don't know. This is a tough one to guess. I mean, everyone's guess is as good as the other. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about Misty. I need to know. What do you guys think? Do you think it's 3 range, or do you think it's more? Do you think it's under 3? I mean, there's no way it's under 3, but we'll see. All right, so SMCY. This one is very interesting. So this is a newer fund. They launched, you know, they're one of the $50 ones. So when you see $5, don't freak. Oh my God, how are they paying more than Misty? Well, they're $50 stocks. So if you go to the right, they actually did really, really good this month. They launched at $50.62. They're currently at $56, $56.66. So they went up $6.04 in price. So, I mean, that's pretty damn good. But also keep in mind, even though they just launched, by the way, they launched when? September, not 12th, right? They launched September 12th. Their fiscal year should still be ending October 31st. So what does that tell me? They didn't pay anything yet. So whatever they made, they have to pay out 90%. That's what that tells me. I'm assuming their fiscal year will end in 1 month, even though they just launched, right? So the question is, like, what, like, did they close out their synthetic? Like, did they cash out part of their synthetic, which makes up some of the 604? And I tried to take a look. So let's go back. All right, so here is, so SMCY stock price right here. We go here, right? They launched when? Here's the 12th. The 12th, the price was 44.21 when they launched. This is for SMCY, super microcomputer. I say that because it's just like the nerdiest company name I can ever see. But obviously they do pretty well. 47.26 is what they're currently at. All right, so they launched at 44. It only went up like 3. Okay, they made up premium other ways probably. But keep in mind the 47. So they launched at 44. What does that mean? The synthetic was probably at 44, right? The price is currently at 47. So let's see what the synthetic is at. I did pull the holdings. These are SMCY holdings. See the synthetic put? 47. So yes, they rolled their synthetic. Because if they launched at 44, they're not going to make a synthetic at 47. So yes, they must have closed out and cashed out on their synthetic. All right. So what does that tell me? That tells me they got to pay out most of the 604. Okay. So how much of it? I don't know. That's the hard part. I have no freaking idea. So I look at their IV and I see 92%. That is unbelievable. This is a sleeper, man. A lot of people don't talk about SMCY. I don't know much about the company. I probably should look into it. But this one, this has the IV for, I'm not going to say another Misty, but man, it could be up there. Because with a 92% IV, I'm not sure if that's like the regular IV or if they got earnings coming up. But if this is a regular IV, oh man, we can make some money. We can make some money on that one. And real quick, not to get off topic here, let's see where they're at in current price. Current stock price is, oh no, that's for that. We need the underline. Current stock price is at 22. Wow. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 47. And the 52-week low is 22. Wow. Okay, so they're 24% away from the 52-week low. Okay, I see you. Wow, this is really something I need to look at. All right, anyway, all that being said, it took that long for me to get to $5. $5. Pretty boring number. $5 even, which would be a 114% yield, right? Because again, we got the right formula. You take the 5, you multiply it by 13 for 13 payments, and you divide that by the price of SMCY. But again, SMCY, they're one of the funds that launched in the $50 range. So obviously anything that launches at 50 is going to pay much more than what you're used to, okay? Anyway, moving on, YQQQ, the most pointless fund in my opinion, but I still have to cover it, unfortunately, because it's part of Group D. They paid 42 cents last month. How'd they do for the month? I mean, they went down $1.21, which, that's obviously not good. So what's their IV? Their IV is 19.7, I guess. And then, I don't know. They paid 42 cents. I'm going to give them 33. I don't even want to cover this one because I hate these short funds. But I'm sure, obviously, one day, we've been up and up and up. So this fund is probably going to do well if there comes a correction at some point. But right now, it's not doing well. So that's why I'm just going to give it 33 cents, which is a 23% yield. Okay? All right. So that is, that's the estimates, right? That's the guesstimates for Group D, right? Group D, real quick. APLY, 43 cents, which is a 30% yield. AMZY, 72 cents, which is a 47% yield. DISO, 48 cents, which is a 38% yield. SQY, $1.31, 88% yield. AIYY, 35 cents, 48% yield. Misty, 375, 159% yield. SMCY, $5, 114% yield. Again, when you get the email, the two headlines, in my opinion, will be Misty and SMCY. Number 3, who knows? Probably SQY. YQQQ, 33 cents, a 23% yield. Okay, using those numbers, we have an estimate yield of 69%. That's using all of them. Obviously, I don't include YQQQ because they are not part of YMAX. I'm also not including SMCY because they are not part of YMAX. They will get added to YMAX once they make their first official payment, and they will make their first official payment this week. So after this week, they will be part of the YieldMax essential, the YMAX fund, which I'll add them to the guesstimates going forward. But as of right now, I can't add their yield because they're not contributing to YMAX. All right, so all that being said, we now have an estimate for YMAX for this is for next week, not this coming week, it's the week after. 22 cents for YMAX and 16 cents for YMAG, okay? So now, since we covered that, we have to cover the estimate for YMAX for next week. So let's do that. So next week, we know, they recently announced the Group C payment. Who shined? Let's see. Well, as part of, Fiat shined and Ulti shined, but those two, they're not in YMAX, so we can't really talk about those. AMZY, they did well, Coney did well, and APLY did well. So you take them all together and you get this is column BF though, this is the YieldMax current yield, 79% overall, right? So 79% is obviously better than 69%. So my estimate, again, column BF, for next week is 26 cents for YMAX, and for YMAG, 7 cents. That's right, it's 7 cents. In case you're wondering why, it's because Magnificent 7, that's an odd number, right? We have 4 groups, so obviously one is going to be short, and Group C is the one that's short. They have one stock, they have one ETF, and it's MSFO. It's not even like it's the one that pays a lot. It's one that is safe. It is. It's a great fund, but it's just, you're going to be short this 1 week if you own YMAG. I do own YMAG now, but so they're going to pay 7 cents. Well, I'm not going to say they're gonna. My estimate, my guesstimate says YMAG is going to pay 7 cents this week, and YMAX is going to pay 26 cents. Okay? So that's the estimates for Group D. That's the estimates for YMAX and YMAG. Now, I'm going to go through a few other things. So since Group C paid out last week, let's go look at their house money situation. How are they doing? So Nefli, they have reimbursed you 48% of the original launch price. That's pretty damn good. Coney, they're now at 110%. MSFO, 34%. AMZY, they're over 50. Good job, AMD. 58%. PP, 44%. They always impress. APLY, 10%, but they're obviously new. Fiat, 26%, and Ulti, 44%. I mean, I figure Ulti would be a little better right now. They only paid $847 in total. Okay, all right. I guess they're still kind of new in general, but yeah. So that's the house money update. All right, so now one other thing I want to cover is how have the funds been recovering? So I'll start with Group A. Obviously, they declared a while back. So their last ex-dividend date was 10/3. So if you look at their last ex-dividend date price, and then you compare it to what says today is obviously the past Friday close, and then that'll show you how much it went up or down. So Tesla went down. They have not recovered anything. In fact, they're down 71% since recovery. Like they recovered negative 71% because they went down 78 cents, if that makes sense. OARC actually did recover their distribution. They went up 61 cents and their distribution was 40 cents. So that means they recovered not only 100% of that, they recovered 149% of that. I don't want to rush through that. Hopefully that makes sense to people. GUI, they're negative 58%, so not a great start. Zomo, horrible. They're negative 141%, but now we're getting into some green. Ybit, really good. But man, that fund is $13. That sucks. How are they doing so awful? 161% recovery. SNOY, 152% recovery. I talk crap about SNOY all the time, but man, they're doing pretty decent. Holy crap. TSMY, hello, 487% recovery rate. So that's pretty damn good. Crash is 94%. Why? Well, because Tesla's going down. And they got earnings coming up this week, by the way, guys. So it's going to be quite interesting. All right, NVIDIA, since their 10-3 ex-dividend date. Oh, no, they're not 10-3. Sorry. 10-10 ex-dividend date. Let me get that in the screen. There you go. All right, so NVIDIA has recovered 56%. Phoebe, negative 24%. JPMO, 91%. Not bad. Murney, negative 64%. GDXY, 99%. That's really good. Babo. Ew, Babo. Negative 175%. Platy doesn't have one because they did not have a distribution. That they should have a distribution coming up on the next payment. But they did go down 61 cents, so that would have been in the negative anyway. And Dips is negative 27%. So overall, not really a great recovery for Group B. Group A, pretty good recovery, 97% overall. Group B, negative 3%. So yeah, that's not that great. Now, this is for Group C. They just announced last week. So their ex-dividend date is close, October 17th. So they didn't have much time. This is like 2 days worth, right? But still, look at Netflix. Obviously, Netflix had really good earnings, and Netflix captured a lot of that. They're up they recovered 309%. So essentially, they recovered 3 times over their prior distribution. So great job, Netflix. Coney, pretty good, 84%. They've been on a tear. MSFO, 16%. AMZY, what in the hell? A20, where's AZ20. Okay. And then close, yeah. All right, and then we go here, P, oh yeah, that just pulls the, all right, flat. AMDY is flat. PP, 12% recovery, and ABNY, 10% recovery. Fiat is negative 44%, and Ulti is negative 94%. Okay, and we talked about Group D. Obviously, they've recovered more than enough prior to this distribution, but we'll go through the numbers. APLY recovered 214%, AMZY 210%, DISO 260%, SQUI 199%, the AIYY 235%, and Misty 615%, with a 290% average recovery rate. So if you did nothing but purchase Group D since their last ex-dividend date, you have done really well. But I know today's video, it's all about freaking Misty. That's all people care about. They want to know what they're going to get paid. And again, I'll just mention it. I think it's in the $3 range. I have $3.75, but I really don't know. It could be anywhere from $2 to as high as $6. I know $6 is probably not even close to happening. So it's more than likely between the $2 to $4 range. But again, I'll go with $3.75. You guys let me know. Let me know what you think Misty's paying, and let me know what you think SMCY is paying. I think both are pretty exciting numbers, for this coming week. Outside of that, again, I'm not sure what you guys want me to go through overall, but again, down here, I do hold the filings. So this is what's to come. Maybe I don't know about this year. Maybe once the fiscal year is over, they'll start adding them or releasing them. But hopefully, they launch Roku. Roku be a good one. Hood for Robinhood. It's too late, though. I think they went up since their event. Roblox, I could give 2 craps about. Definitely don't have Boeing in there, please. What else? That's the inverse OARC. Inverse Apple. Those are still coming. Here's the biotech one. So that would be, a little different. Adobe. Yeah, I welcome Adobe. I welcome Target. Nike, obviously they've been around. You know, people still buying freaking Jordans. Do you believe it? It's just unbelievable, man. It's like what a what a brand. Like good for him. Unbelievable. So anyway, I think that's it. I think that's the update. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said in the beginning, if you don't mind, take some time, hit the like button. It does help my channel. So if you're interested in helping the channel, obviously you can hit the like button. Obviously you can make a comment down below, or feel free to share this video. If you're in various, investing groups and you want to just share my content, that is also very much appreciative. That's the best, word of mouth. Just simple word of mouth. You can't force people anything, but obviously, if they like these funds, they probably like this type of content. You hope. I hope. All right. As always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you were entertained. If not, what can I tell you? I mean, this is about as entertaining as I can get, right? So anyway, real quick, the recap. APLY, 43 cents. AMZY, 72 cents. DISO, 48 cents. SQUEEZE, 131. AIYY, 35. Misty, 375. SMCY, 5. YQQQ, 33 cents. Again, YieldMax will declare on Wednesday this week. So you'll have that entire day to buy into the funds if you want to buy just for the distribution. So please do not use my numbers to make any financial decisions. These are just for fun. These are just guesstimates. These are just numbers that I'm picking. All right. Same with other YouTubers. Just these guesstimates are the best we could do. We are not YieldMax. We don't know what goes through their heads, right? Although we feel like we do. But again, who knows? Wait till Wednesday if you're going to make a decision to buy it for that reason. But if you're going to buy it, probably wait till X date anyway. You get the drip. You get the drop. But obviously, it depends on the underlying too. So, I don't know. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to say thank you for watching, but I do got to get a keyword out. The keyword, you know what? I'm going to force you guys to make an estimate. The keyword is, what's your estimate on Misty? All right? There you go. So, today's keyword is, I'm sorry, but I'm giving you work. Today's keyword is, do you agree with my estimate on Misty? And if you do not, please provide your Misty estimate. Let's have fun with it. And then if I remember and someone gets it right on the money, maybe we could, talk about them next week, right? So yeah, I guess that's it for the day. Again, it's a Sunday morning video. I did not want to get up at 4 a.m. today. Freaking alarm. In fact, I snoozed it a lot, but here we are. Hopefully I can get this video launched out and ready for 6:30 a.m. and then we can have fun. All right, guys, thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your weekend, or enjoy your week if you're watching it during the week. Later.